Happy holidays, happy holidays, happy holidays for those who are watching out there. My name is Kieran Atolza, and thanks for waking up to Sunrise at Sea. I know it's a bit chilly, so you can wrap up, get yourself maybe a cup of coffee, tea, even a hot cocoa, keep yourself warm, and stay tuned in. So today we're going to be talking about, we have actually a special guest in studio today, and that's Mr. Martin Odeko. Yeah, he's the CEO of the Uganda Cricket Association. However, he did represent Uganda in the World Cup. In fact, he was one of those people that actually took Uganda to the World Cup tournament under 19 in 2004. Yeah, which is a great achievement for Uganda, and he was actually a right-hand batsman. And joining me in studio today to talk about how prepared the baby crickets are for this World Cup tournament in studio is Mr. Martin. Good morning.
Good morning, Kira.
How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Thanks for making time, for coming through.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, everyone is excited, we're leaving on Sunday. The baby crickets did make it to the final under 19 World Cup, and I know it's the third time
yes.
you're actually making it, but I would like you to explain to me where and when this is actually going to happen, and how long you think this is actually going to take. The games, how long are the games going to take?
Yeah, thank you. The baby cricket cranes will leave tonight. There was a final change. As you're aware, we couldn't go through Dubai, which was our original route.
Yeah.
So we had to make a last-minute change for the team to fly out tonight. So we fly out tonight.
Yes.
The tournament is going to be held in the West Indies. We shall play at. We're scheduled to play at Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago. We shall play minimum of 8 games. So we leave early because of the standard operating procedures in West Indies. We have to get there, quarantine for a few days, play 2 warm-up games, and then jump into the action on 15th of January. So it's going to be a month-long tournament, and if we have to go all the way, then the finals will be held on the 6th of February.
Interesting. So it's as far as I know, it's not the first time the under-19 World Cup is actually taking place, or Uganda is actually making it to the World Cup. Yeah. However, I would like to ask, how different is it going to be this time around for you to what's going to be different that you're going to bring the trophy home? What are you doing different this time around?
It's a tough one because playing at the World Cup, you're actually playing against players who are going to represent their nations in a few years' time.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a tough tournament. Everyone goes out there to showcase what they have. Everyone goes there because it's a platform that cricket gives to everyone to showcase what they have and get opportunities. So it's a tough one. We have tried our best to prepare in the best way possible amidst all the challenges with the COVID. Yeah. I wouldn't say we had the preparation that we would have wanted to have, because we had planned to travel to India and Sri Lanka to prepare. That wasn't possible because of the #1 travel restrictions caused by COVID. And then we couldn't make it there on time, looking at the restrictions. So we are not as prepared as we would have wanted to, I'll be honest. However, we are going out there to give our best, just like we did in Rwanda. So we have tried to prepare the players mentally, because that is very, very key. Very, very important. With cricket, we have tried to work on our fitness, because remember, you're going to be away for a whole month, so it's important that you're fit. And the mental bit, most of the people are not used to being out of the country for that long, so it will be key that we prepare them mentally. So those are some of the key things that we have tried to do during this period.
Some of the key things. Yeah. You said the country that is actually that is hosting the West Indies, how prepared are they? Because COVID is still ongoing, and we have a new variant in place. But how safe are you, or how sure are you that the baby crickets, or everyone that will be going to participate, it's a safe environment for them?
#1, starting from home here, we entered a 7-day camp, a bio-bubble, where the players had no contact with the outside world, to ensure that we restrict infection with the players. But I believe, and from experience, whatever tournament that the IC organizes, usually, they are very, very strict on the SOPs for the tournament. So I believe and trust that they will do the same as we go to the West Indies. And of course, as we travel, we shall try as much as possible to avoid a lot of contact with the outside world, and ensure that we do not get, of course, all the standard operating procedures, sanitize, wash your hands, all those are constant, but we shall be in a biosecure bubble while in the West Indies.
And because I do know, I read that the tickets are actually going to be for free. You know, it's going to be a free entry. How are people going to be able to access, if you want to buy a ticket, how would you advise people to actually do that?
They haven't really advertised how tickets are going to be sold, because I believe they want to restrict on the numbers that will be going out there. And now with the new variant, I believe, no communication has come in, but I believe that they will restrict on the spectators. So not much advertisement has gone around sale of tickets for that reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the basketball Silverback did go to Kigali, and they had issues with finances in regards to clearing up bills. Yeah, they didn't have enough money and they got stranded. So I want to ask you, how ready, or did you get any financial support from the government to help facilitate this? Do you have enough support from the government?
Unfortunately, as we speak, we haven't yet received any support from the government, apart from the COVID tests that they gave us at no cost.
Yeah.
However, they have promised to come through to support the team. So we remain very, very hopeful that that will come through on time. We are also lucky that the ICC has managed to give us travel tickets as well as accommodation. So so at least we can travel and we can have where to sleep. So once we get there, maybe we shall lack what to eat, but at least we know we can go and play. We can travel, we can get our entry visas into the West Indies, and we can have where to put our heads. So at least we will not be chased out of the hotel. Yeah, we will not be chased out of the hotel. So at least those two were covered. We shall wait on for the support that was promised.
That's a very good thing. Yeah. What should Ugandans expect from the baby cricket cranes this time around?
They should expect a very competitive team. I won't sit here and say we shall go out there and win the World Cup, because I've been there before and I know what it takes to be able to win the World Cup. We might not be there yet, but I'm hopeful that the boys will go out there and showcase what they have. They'll go out there and market the country, and they'll go out there and compete. Because when you're playing at the World Cup, yes, you're looking at the country to market the country and help the country win, but you also look at yourself as a person, because there are scouts out there looking out for good players, and you never know what can happen to you when you get out there. But what I can tell you is that the boys are going out there to give their best and compete. Like someone said on the show, aim for the sky. Mine is aim for the sky and hit the clouds.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how can the fans back home follow the boys while in West Indies? Because we need to have their backs even while this side at home, you know?
Yeah, the games will be streamed live on the ICC TV platform.
Okay.
You can just go to the ICC website and download the app. But we are lucky that one of our games will be on DSTV. That's the game against India on the 22nd. One of the biggest games. I believe there will be more than 1 billion people that will watch that game, looking at how huge cricket is in India. So, like I mentioned earlier, that is a big platform.
And you're actually playing against India, and it's one of the teams you're actually going to be playing against.
Correct. Yeah.
And I know India is actually the best team so far in the world when it comes to cricket, and in fact they've actually won more tournaments. Yeah, they actually have 4 trophies now. How ready do you think we're really ready to meet India? I was actually talking about it with Sandra, and I was like, India is a very big team, you know, and I'm worried as to how ready the baby crickets are for this tournament.
Well, you want to play at the World Cup?
Yes.
You're going to meet the best in the world. Yeah, you're meeting the best in the world. So you just have to go out there, do your best, play your best, and ensure that you give them a run for their money.
Yeah.
No doubt, they are the biggest team, the defending champions. So playing against them will not be a walk in the park for us. So we shall go out there, give our best, try and compete. Sport is funny, you never know what can happen. Very,
very much true. When you guys come back, when you come back from West Indies, what's going to be different this time around in 2020? How prepared are you for the baby cricket or any cricket team in Uganda?
Obviously, when we come out for the World Cup, we
Yeah.
shall now be aiming for the next World Cup, which is in 2024. So preparations will immediately kick off. Obviously, most of these kids are in school, so we have a program for them to prepare for the, number one, for the 2023 qualifiers, because you have to qualify before you play for the World Cup. So there's a program set out for them. It's going to be a very busy year for the senior men, who are the African champions at the moment. We shall be playing at the Global T20 qualifiers in Zimbabwe next year in July. So hopefully if we qualify from that, then we shall be playing at the World Cup for the
Again.
men in October. So fingers crossed we shall get there.
Oh, there's another game in October.
Yeah, the World Cup for the
For
men,
the big.
guys is in October in Australia. So if we can qualify in July next year, never know what can happen.
If someone wanted to join cricket, if somebody wanted to join the cricket team, what do you consider?
Usually our programs are mainly in the schools and in the communities.
Okay.
Yeah, mainly in the schools and the communities. So those are the areas where people have a breakthrough. But if you want to play cricket, we have the Google Cricket Oval, which is just a stone's throw from here. We can take it from there.
I want to play cricket actually, but I want to tell someone who has never played cricket, who has never played cricket before, who has never heard of cricket, but they're excited and looking forward. What is that one thing that you can actually tell them to look out for?
Cricket is a matter of a bat and a ball.
Yeah.
So cricket can be played anywhere, with anything, and anyone can play the game. So even if you have a piece of stick and a tennis ball, you can play cricket. If you have, even in this studio here, you can play some cricket. There are different formats that you can play cricket with. So it's not just that you have to play on a big field that is green. You can actually play from anywhere, so that as long as you have something that looks like a bat and something that looks like a ball.
So how is the fan base of cricket in Uganda? Because like I said earlier, not many people actually know. They know cricket, but not many people are very, very informed in regards to cricket. Yeah. How are your numbers?
Cricket is a growing sport. I believe it's one of the sports that's really growing at a fast rate here in Uganda. We have more than 60,000 cricketers.
60,000?
Yes, we have more than 60,000 cricketers in the country. So I believe we are growing at a very, very good rate. Like I said, our points of contact are mainly the schools and the communities. To see that we have about 18,500 followers on Twitter at the moment, you'll probably tell that the game is growing.
It is.
I've told you a year ago, we didn't even have 5,000 on Twitter. Yeah, we didn't have those numbers. So it can tell you that during this period, yeah, especially during the COVID, because people could not access, the only way they could access sport was actually through social media and watching. The game has grown. So I believe in a few years' time, we shall be hitting that 1 million mark.
Eventually, I do hope so.
Yeah.
It's actually amazing. 18,000 followers in a very short time.
Yeah.
I guess to some extent, COVID was a good thing, right?
Yeah, it was a blessing in disguise.
In disguise, yeah.
It was a blessing in disguise.
What impact has COVID had specifically? I know COVID has had a very big impact on sports in general, but how has it really affected cricket?
Well, it has affected cricket in a good and bad way. I'll start with the good way. Because we had to put on hold so many of our activities. Yeah. We had to channel most of those funds to the national teams. And it's not a mistake that we have qualified for the World Cup, and we're the African champions. And our ranking for the men moved up by about 8 places. We were 33 at the beginning of the year. We are now 25 in the whole world. So for us it was a blessing, because now we had to be deliberate about what we wanted to do. Yeah. But of course it has affected us in a way that we have not been able to grow the game like we wanted to. Yeah. Yes, our following has increased, but we also worry a lot about what happens on the field. Because if you're not playing club cricket and you're not playing schools cricket, then that would affect the products that you get at the national team level. So we want to use 2022 to go back and consolidate what we lost in 2021 and 2020.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Martin. It's been an honor having you here. Well, that's all we had for you here on the Tweet to Jab, this conversation. If you want to chip in, and you can actually follow us on our social media platforms, and that's on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and you can stream live on www.ctv.co.ug, and follow up on the conversations. You don't want to miss out. However, yeah, something quite interesting when it comes to the fashion industry, in so many things have come in and out, people have tried out different fashion trends. However, Sarah and Sandra will be discussing those hit and miss fashion trends that happened as of 2021 since we're wrapping it up. Yeah, well, that's all I had for you. Good morning.